We are back. We are back. Your boy Big Bird. Y'all know what it is. Welcome to App Stupid Studios. Let's get after it. But first, let's jump into a rap break. Drop the beat. What up? It's your boy Big Vern, and we pushing a new rap album this month. You Can't Kill God with Bullets. Conway the Machine in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Hell Let Loose, Will Who Kid, and Tony Yayo. Who Kid? The Undying, Mahogany Walls. Mahogany Walls is dope. Persian Nights with K and DRX, and Don't Even Feel Real, Dreams with Heather Victoria. That's one of the bonus tracks, and that's hard. That's hard. It don't even feel real. The pictures that Conway be painting, like really for real, and that whole setup. Conway's wild, bro. Everybody, like, I know guys like West Side Gun, which you should, and then Benny the Butcher coming. Yeah, but you know, then you got Ransom. Yeah, man, I really rocks with Griselda, for real. But make sure you go get Conway the Machine. You Can't Kill God with Bullets. In stores now. Yo, shout out to Conway the Machine doing this thing. You Can't Kill God with Bullets. We thought it was dope. Make sure you go ahead and pick that up. Low ratings. Yep, low ratings is killing this year's college football playoffs. And it's only one person to blame, is Frank Yurchek, and he is the committee chair. This guy needs to be fired, and he needs to be fired right away because he's putting teams in a position to get embarrassed. Now, it's levels to this. Dan Lanning and the boys in Eugene, they pretty much took this as a sign of disrespect. Why would you put JMU up against Oregon? Ole Miss should have been out there against Oregon. How Ole Miss got a home game out of this made no sense to me. How Ole Miss got to go ahead and play a team they already beat this year in the beginning of the year by almost the same amount of points. How did they actually get that game? Nobody can explain this to me. Last year's criteria was perfectly fine. By last year's criteria, you had the champions and the challengers. Now, all of the champions, they got to go on and get buys. The challengers, they all had to go ahead and play on the road against each other. Then you had the independent with Notre Dame, and then the last two spots went to the two highest ranked teams. That's how you got Ohio State, and that's how you got Tennessee. Nothing was wrong with that format. Why did that need to change? Now you got stupid people who sit here and foster corrupt math talking about you don't know the criteria. Motherfucker, you didn't know they changed the rules this year in November in an active college football season. And they appointed a new chair the same goddamn month. Don't sit here and talk about what people don't know when you regurgitate TV, because you don't know a goddamn thing. Except what Chris Fowler and ESPN and the paid and bought for media tells you. This was so bad, you had Riddick, who's doing color commentary like, yeah, the competition level and JMU is just not on the... Whose fault is this? Whose fault is this? Whose fault is any of this? Under his stewardship, ushering in bullshit, people don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to watch a blowout. And Oregon was scoring every time they had the rock in their hand. And people are out here talking about, oh, well, you know, with this thing was over at halftime. Just the embarrassment. And I don't even know who thought they had a puncher's chance to stay with Oregon. By the third quarter, everybody was out on the bench. They had third strings playing. He's like, oh, well, JMU put up 14 points. Shut your weird ass up. JMU was there to be embarrassed. Again, JMU and Tulane, if anything, they should have been playing each other. Ole Miss should have been playing Oregon in Eugene. But now they ducked the smoke. because they didn't want that winner, whoever it may be, to go and play Texas A&M. They're trying to show you they want the SEC to have this domineering presence in a college football playoff. That's not the case whatsoever. Because you're trying to say Indiana is in the Rose Bowl because they got a bye. How is it Indiana doesn't have a home game? They're the number 1 overall seed. If say it to yourself like this, if this was college basketball, or if this was the NFL, which most of you knuckle draggers love, if the number 1 seed, overall seed, is playing in the tournament for the richest prize of the Super Bowl or the college football championship or college basketball, every game would run through that city. They would never ask the champion to go on the road. Or if you're the number 1 seed overall in college basketball and March Madness, your whole region is basically the backyard. You would never leave your region until you get to the Sweet 16. That's how that's set up. But because this is all hooky-jooky and hokey bullshit, now you get what you got. So yeah, Dan Lanning and Oregon proceeded to embarrass JMU because they didn't belong. They didn't belong. They embarrassed them. Just like Tulane got embarrassed because they didn't belong. Just like Texas A&M got upset because, hey, look, y'all was cherry picking and y'all picked a pepper in Miami. And now, for some odd reason, you have Miami's quarterback, Carson Beck, who used to be the quarterback at Georgia last year. Somehow he's got to play his coach, Kirby Smart. Is that not a conflict of interest? Who set these games up? This is garbage. This is an unmitigated failure of epic proportions, and it's only one guy to blame. And if you're going to have a committee chair and they're going to be objective, you got to have guys from smaller conferences who have nothing to do with college football to get an accurate playoff picture. Or we just got to go back to how this thing was originally designed. But this right here is terrible. In no way, shape, or form can you tell me, looking at James Madison, they were better than USC. No way. I'm not believing that. I'm not believing that. In no way, shape, or form can you tell me Tulane, the Green Wave, had a better season playing ranked opponents than BYU. Right. So you see the con job. You see the con job, and you see what happens when you have one party that's trying to manipulate an outcome. But yeah, everybody hates the SEC. And it's sorry to see that you have good teams that are playing, but they have to play horrible individuals. And they have to get lined up. Georgia's not taking any chances. How come Georgia and Texas Tech aren't playing each other? Again, the ACC has to take chances. The Big Ten has to take chances. The Big 12 has to take chances. The SEC, you're getting games people already saw. You're getting games people already saw this year. Your championship game in Georgia versus Alabama was a game that was already played that year. Your opening round in Alabama versus Oklahoma was a game people already saw that year. Your next round game would be Georgia and Ole Miss. We already saw those games. It's nothing to keep watching. How is any of this fair? Again, it's horrible ratings. Nobody's watching, but we got to suffer through it. Yeah, it's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know the drill. Get in the comments whether you agree or disagree. Let me know what's going down. It's your boy Big Vern. We'll be back.